Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Yeah, fine. I mean, you have any queries, right? Let's have some query session, like 5 minutes. If you're having any queries, right, we will go ahead with these queries and then start. I'm meeting everyone. So, okay. And if you have any queries, let me know. Any queries? No? Okay. See, yesterday, right, what we discussed is, right, we discussed all about like automation, what is the different tools available in the industry, and then how to select a tool, and then what are all the test cases we are going to automate. All this stuff is discussed. And also we discussed like QTP history, and then what is QTP and what QTP all about, why we are going for QTP and all. Now let's start with QTP, right? These are all the different QTP features like object identification. These are very good features actually, right? QTP object identification, data table, synchronization, checkpoints, output values, parameterization, actions, recovery scenarios, and debugging. See, whenever, right, if you are learning any tool, whatever may be the tool XYZ, right, out of which, right, very important component is parameterization. That is nothing but data-driven testing. People will say that data-driven testing, right? Here I am saying that parameterization. Okay. Fine. So we will discuss all these topics, and then as part of your QTP, right, what I will do is I will discuss all this like object identification, data table, synchronization, checkpoints, output values, parameterizations, actions, and recovery scenarios. And debugging also we will discuss as part of our QTP. Fine. Now, right, we discuss this. Now let's start with QTP. Right, before going to that QTP, right, before going to that QTP like IDE and let me explain you something about like what is this installation process. Once you install, how your QTP looks like. These are, right, looks like very basics, but really, right, it will make lot of difference. It will make lot of difference, right? See, once you install your QTP, say that here, right, we are talking about QTP 10 or 11. So if you see here, right, once you install your QTP icon will be like this. And what will happen, where your QTP will install? If you are installing your QTP, where your QTP will be available? When you go here, when you go to your default drive, that can be anything. If you are using your default drive as D, you will go to D, go to program files. Under that program files, what it will do is it will create a folder called HP. Inside of this HP, it will create a folder called Quick Test Professional. And once you open that Quick Test Professional, you can see a lot of folders here. Here as a tester, no need to learn all this stuff. However, right, we need to learn couple of them, which will be really useful. And right, when you want to become some expertise with your QTP, you need to learn these two. If you see here, this is very important, code sample plus. When you open this code sample plus, you can have n number of samples. You can see n number of samples here. See, no need to go to any website, any blogs and all. If you want to work with your QTP, simply go to this code sample plus and you can work with these samples. You are having lot of samples here. Yesterday, I was talking about batch testing. If you see here, one batch testing here, when you open this, see, I was talking about comprehensive. One of the benefit of your automation testing is comprehensive. That is nothing but your batch test. See here, batch test is nothing but, right, what you can do is you can execute n number of scripts at a time. So when you are executing this, what it will execute the first script. Once it is done, it will go to second, then third, fourth, and so on. So here you are having so many scripts here. What you can do, right, once I'm explaining this QTP, like how your QTP looks like, what you need to do is browse each and every script and do your practice. When you are doing your practice, you will get queries, and let me know the queries so that I will try to help you on that. And here, this is your flight samples. And if you see this S1, S symbol, this is nothing but your VB script file, right? I told you yesterday QTP supports VB script, right? Whenever if you see this yes, this is nothing but my VB script file. This is my VB script file. And whenever if you want to see that VB script file and if you want to open that VB script file, just right click that and click on edit or open with notepad, whichever you want you can open. And I will explain you more detail going forward, like how to create a, right, going forward I will explain more about your VB script, how VB script will looks like, how to create that VB script file, how to use that in that script, everything I will discuss going forward. For the time being, what you need to understand is, whenever if you are seeing this kind of application means, yes, Sukhdeep, yes. So whenever if you are seeing this kind of application means, this is nothing but your VB script file. So what you can do, you can simply right click and you can edit it. So okay, so here, right, what will happen, you are having so many icons. This is nothing but your VB script file, and if you see here in this is all your scripts available for that particular QTP. And if you see here one icon here, this is HTML file. This is nothing but this is the documentation for this particular scripts. When you open this documentation, right, if you see here, so initial state is nothing but, right, see, so this is my initial state. Whenever if you go here in the flight samples, so here where is my initial state here, so this initial state will talk about what it will talk about. It will talk about this one. This is your function, this is your test case. This text will check the initial state of the open order dialog box. You can do these operations. These operations you can do via your this initial state. That means for each and every test you will have documentation as well, right? Fine. So if you see here, lot of documentation is there for each and every test. You will have your documentation. Now, and one more thing is you need to learn, right? If you see here, samples. QTP has provided two samples to work. One is flight application, another one is Windows application, another one is web application. So what QTP is doing is that QTP is providing two sample applications for the end user to work with QTP. So what you can do, you can use your Windows application or your web applications. So if you want to see the database for that particular application, you can see that this is your database for your sample applications. This is a MS Access file. So most of the times we will use this code sample plus and samples. And here, right, actually right now I'm showing this QTP 10 version. Actually, right, I'm having some issues to connect to VM. So in my machine I'm having QTP 10 license version. So I can show you that QTP 10 license version, right? Most probably next session onwards we will go ahead with 11. And when you're talking about 10 and 11, there is no difference in the look and feel, like IDE, whatever you can see in 10, you can see the same IDE in your 11. There is no difference. When you go to 11.5, there is an icon difference also is there. Anyway, next session I will go ahead with your 11 because of some connectivity issues to my Citrix. Now, once you are install your QTP, you can also see here in your all programs also it will create a folder. If you see here, it will create a folder here, Quick Test Professional. When you click on this, you can see lot of things here, right? Let me understand, like here, check for updates. When you click on this check for updates, then what QTP will do is QTP will provide you that updated versions available in the HP side. And whenever if you are clicking on this Quick Test Professional, it will start opening your QTP, right? That anyway we will discuss later. Just I'm trying to give you one word sentence for each and every icon available here. And README is nothing but the details about that software. That means it's a kind of release notes. See, whenever, right, if you are seeing any software, for each and every software you will have some release notes. Release notes is nothing but, right, what they will do is they will give all the information about that particular software. Say for example, I will give one example in this README. In the README, right, they will clearly mention when you are working with the QTP, when you want to work with the QTP, when you want to work with the QTP means what are all the OS it will support. They will mention like XP, Vista, Windows 7, and they will not mention Windows 8. That means Windows 8 will not support by your QTP. And also they will mention the browsers, which are all the browsers will be supported by your QTP. That means it's a kind of release notes. Release notes is nothing but all the details about that particular software. This README will be available for any software. Like, and this is your results viewer. Results viewer is nothing but right, once you are done with your execution, all the results will be available here. See, there is no much difference between your manual testing and automation testing. When you are doing your manual testing, what you will do, if you are having 100 test cases, for each and every test case, what you will do, you will say that pass or fail. Similarly, while writing my script also, I have to say that this test case is passed. I have to say that this test case is failed. Based on your instructions only, QTP will provide that results. How to write our pass notification, how to write the fail notifications, going forward I will explain through the script. And this is your documentation. See, QTP documentation, QTP help is too good. You will not get that kind of help from anywhere. This is too good, right? This is your documentation, QTP help here. You can see help here. And extensibility, that means, right, QTP also will support some extensibility like .NET, Delphi, Java, web, right? For example, if you want to work with .NET application and if you want any help, just go to your .NET and it will provide you help. And if you see this sample application, I told you QTP has provided two samples for you to work. One is Windows application, another one is web application. So when you click on this sample application, you can see here flight. This is nothing but my Windows application. When you click on this Windows application, right, it will open your Windows application, and the functionality of that Windows application is very straightforward. It's nothing but book a ticket between two stations. Say for example, if you're traveling from one station to another station, so this will be helpful. Like if you want to book a ticket from between two stations, then what you can do is you can use this login page. Say for example, you can enter any agent name, but that should be minimum 4 characters. That is the only requirement here. You need to enter minimum 4 characters, and the password should be Mercury. Password should be Mercury. It will not allow any other passwords. Password should be Mercury. Click on OK. Now, once you click on OK, it will open your flight reservation. So here what you can do, you can enter your date of flight, you can enter your fly from, you can enter your fly to, and click on flights, and you can select one flight here. So you can enter your date of flight, London to Paris, select the flight. So whichever the flight you are selecting, you can select it. So here, right, when you are doing your automation, right, what do you mean by automation? Say for example, right, if I am automating and if I am booking the ticket, what I will do, I will give the date of flight as 11/11/13, and I wanted to book a ticket from London to Paris, and I wanted to book for 12/5/82. But your requirement will be different. You will book a ticket from Paris to London. Other people will book a ticket from London to Frankfurt. So different people will book differently. Even though, right, the test data is different, I will not write the script again and again. What I will do, I will write one script, but I can use for any test data. That means, right, whenever if somebody is saying that automation testing means, right, automation testing is nothing but once you are done with that testing means it should work for different test data conditions. It should work for different test data. How to do that? Going forward, I will practically show you how to write that scripts for different test data. Here I am trying to explain that application. So you can enter your fly from, fly to, and select the flight. And what you can do, if you want to cross check flight number, see whatever the flight I have selected from here, that should display here. That is my testing. What I will do, whatever the flight I have selected in my previous window, that should come here. I will check whether it is coming or not, and I will enter my passenger name and click on insert order. I will check whether the order is inserting or not. Everything I will do via automation testing. Here I am giving the functionality. Whenever if you want to do any automation, make sure that you are very comfortable with the functionality. Otherwise it is very difficult to automate. This is my simple application. And you will also have web application also. That means, right, when you are doing your web application, automation, right, so what you can do, you can open it like I am opening, and here also same functionality. Actually this is also same functionality, but one extra functionality is you will register, right? You have that register module. What you can do, these are the same, looks like your Windows also. Shit. My Firefox is crashing. I don't know. I mean, today onwards, I told you, like, actually, right, I wanted to start with 11 only, but today my Firefox is crashing. I don't know why. Okay. Now, if you see here, now this is also, right, same, like whatever the functionality we discussed in the Windows application, in web application also same functionality. The only difference is, right, this is a web application and that is a Windows application. So here also what you can do, you can select your stations, London to, say for example, London to Paris, click on continue. Okay, fine. This is also same application, like you can select your destination and click on continue, and it will go to next page, and there what you can do is you can give your passenger details, but in this sample applications you will not have any payment details and all, because it's a sample applications to work, and it's a application provided by the tool to get more expertise with QTP. So right here you don't have any payment and all, just click on continue, your order will be created. So this is your applications, one Windows application and one web application you have. And if you click on these tools, you will have a lot of tools. In these tools, right, we will use very few of them. Like for example, right, if you want to encode your password, see for example, right, if you're automating one application, and when you're automating the application, you will have the password field, and I don't want to show my password to anyone because my password is right very secure. So what you can do, you can encode the password. So what you can do, if you want to encode your password, so click on password encoder, enter your password here. When you enter this password here, click on generate, automatically it will create a encoded string. Actually right now what I am doing is I am showing that through your tool and all, but going forward, whenever if you want to create your encoded string, means we will create through script only. We will never use this option, because right, who will do this? Because here I have to put my manual efforts. When you are doing the automation, means you have to avoid that manual intervention. If you are putting that manual intervention, then what is the point of automation? But it's a tool feature, so I am showing this. So if it is a tool feature, so I am showing, but going forward what I will do, if you want to encode your password, I will show in the script how to encode it. So what you can do, you can copy it and you can paste wherever you want. That is your password encoder. Okay. And test batch runner. That means, right, if you want to execute your multiple scripts, say for example, I want to execute my multiple scripts. So what you can do, you can add your files here. So you can add your QTP scripts from here. So whatever that QTP scripts, you can simply add it. This is my earlier scripts, just I'm adding here. Okay. So you can add n number of scripts, there is no limitation, and you can save this file. That means, right, this is nothing but your batch test. Batch test means, right, say for example, I wanted to execute n number of applications at a time. So what you can do, you can create a batch for all the applications and you can execute. So what will happen when you create a batch for 10 applications, and if you ask QTP to execute, what QTP will do? QTP will go to the first application and it will execute the first application. Once it is done with first application, it will go to second application and so on. This is our QTP like installation, like once you install, how your QTP will looks like under.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.